spread yet, the time is now. For the days you don't want to go to the gym, don't worry. Fierce Cheese Spread is there to cheer you up. And for the days you do get to the gym, why not celebrate when you get back with the best dip around? Get to your local grocery store today and load up on Fierce Cheese Spread. No event or party is complete without it on your table.
What's it take to be a mentor with big brothers, big sisters? It takes 30 minutes and a cup of coffee. A video game, best 2 out of 3. It takes sharing thumbs up emojis, clapping emojis, and loaded nachos at halftime. That's how you make an impact on a young kid's life. So go on, share a few hours a month, because mentorship may sound huge, but the truth is, it takes little to be big. To learn more, volunteer, or donate, go to BeBigNow.org.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Psst. You know what's better than waking up early to go to the airport? Sleeping in. Lucky for you, the lines at the Lincoln Airport are so short and our service is so fast. You won't need to sacrifice precious beauty sleep to get here hours before your flight. So, go ahead, sleep in. You deserve it, and choose the airport that helps you relax. LNK. Make flying easy.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Golfing in 72 degrees and perfect conditions in Nebraska doesn't seem possible in the winter, but it is. Double Eagle Golf is your escape from the bone-chilling cold outside and a reason to keep your clubs out year-round. Book a bay with some friends for a weekend or come by for golf and happy hour on a weekday. Spring leagues begin in February. Get signed up today. That's all at Double Eagle Golf inside the Kinetic Sports Complex at West O Street. Online at doubleeagle.golf.
Hockey Fights Cancer Night with the Lincoln Stars is Saturday, January 18th as they host the Muskegon Lumberjacks. We'll be honoring all in their brave fight against cancer all evening long, and the Stars will be wearing special uniforms that will be auctioned off after the game. Stick around afterwards on the North Zone stage to bid on those jerseys and lock in your tickets now for Hockey Fights Cancer Night on Saturday, January 18th by heading to LincolnStars.com.
Men's health is not a game at Limitless Male. It's serious medicine. We're not a West Coast franchise with a one-size-fits-all approach. Every man is different. Some men require more or less testosterone to feel their best. At Limitless Male, we safely monitor your labs and symptoms along the way and adjust your treatment as needed. The only thing cookie cutter about Limitless Male, the incredible results men brag about. Schedule your free consult at limitlessmail.com.
Hey farmers, join Boyk Farm Outfitters at Precision Planning's Winter Conference happening January 22nd and 23rd at Innovation Campus in Lincoln. At Winter Conference, they'll cover topics like fertilizer inputs, weed management, spraying technologies, and priorities of the planter pass, to name a few. It's your chance to see new research that'll put you and your farm ahead of the curve, and it's free to attend. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, this event's for you. Visit BoykFarmOutfitters.com for all the details and to reserve your spot today.
The Adam Carricker Show.
Like the present is exciting and the future is bright. Got a talented quarterback, now got an experienced quarterback, got his wide receiver coach that he wanted, D. Shorts from Kentucky. There's really no excuse for us to have a well above average passing game. You got your Corey Barney coming back. You look at Dane Key, 6'2", 189. You look at Isaiah Hunter, 6'2", 192. Hartley Gilmore from the transfer portal from Kentucky. He's the shrimp at 6'1", 165. I'm joking, of course.
Live every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday from 12 to 1.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. It doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Doren. God bless you.
Shouldn't the landscape around your house reflect the architecture as well as the interior? Whether it's new construction or breathing life into an outdated landscape, let the teams at Tailored Landscapes, Tailored Lights, and Tailored Life combine as your local source for outdoor living. Schedule a meeting with one of our designers who listen during our consultations and combine your preferences, plus our experience to give you a timeless, sustainable, photo shoot-worthy landscape. Call us at 402-432-2572. Find us on any social media or at www.tailoredlandscapes.com, because when you find one company, you find the benefit of three.
Welcome to The Drive with AD Raff and Ahman Gray. Former Husker football national champion, speaker, and author, Aaron Davis.
Nebraska will win the national championship. The Cornhuskers beat Miami. It is history, 13-0. And bring that trophy back to Lincoln.
Former Arena Football League quarterback, former head coach of the Capital City Crush, and guru of Husker football history, Chris Raff.
25 straight wins for the Cornhuskers. One of the most dominating stretches in college football history.
We may have seen one of the best teams in the history of college football tonight.
12-year NFL veteran.
He's got some speed to go with strength.
Huskers and Green Bay Packers Hall of Famer.
Shovel pass to Green into Vikings territory. Finally brought down.
And University of Nebraska East sports coach, Ahman Gray.
Look at Green all by himself. 20, 10, touchdown.
Sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we're back again. This is The Drive on 93.7 The Ticket. It is Friday, Nick's favorite day of the week.
Good morning, Raff. Here I am, all alone in the beautiful 1040 O Street location of 93.7 The Ticket, the downtown Lincoln studio. There are 5 empty chairs to my left, and there's one man on the screen. Good morning.
You know, you could have came to Kearney with me. I had a couch.
Nope, I couldn't. Nope, I need to take some time off. I just need to take some time. Just, I need to do some things for me. And
PTO.
I could not miss the big event tomorrow night. I wait for it once a year. It happens once a year, and that is trivia night. So I will be,
baby.
I cannot miss trivia night. Me, my parents, and 5 of my closest friends will be gathering around a table and having a trivia night tomorrow night. And we never do well. We never get close to winning, but it's the fun and the journey that we have along the way.
Nice. I like that.
Anyway, and, it's BYOB. So here we go.
I thought you were going to say that tomorrow the Nebraska Scarlets participate in the UDA Nationals in Orlando.
How could I forget?
Got the shirt on today.
I did
Scarlets,
see that.
Baby.
Raff, I'm going to be
Aaron.
honest. You don't seem very energetic this morning. I need a little energy from you, Raff.
I am energetic. I got my Scarlet shirt on. The first time I've ever worn it. I mean, brand new, right out of the package.
David,
speaking of that, when you buy stuff, do you wash it first, then wear it, or do you just wear it right out of the package?
Every single time.
You do wash it first.
Every single time.
Okay, so I'm the weird one, I guess.
I don't know. I think I let us know 402-464-5685. Do you wash clothes before you wear them? Let us know 402-464-5685. Raff, David from Renew says, Raff, are you doing trivia night? Are you one of the 5 closest friends?
When you said closest friends, I knew right away David was going to be texting in.
Here we are. People are always there to hold me back, but
they forget that JTP is still around. I mean, that is
that's true.
That is a group that you have managed for what, 2 years now, ever since the boxing punch out.
That's right. But what if I told you that it wasn't the JTP going with us?
You have another set of friends?
I have another set of friends.
No way.
That sounds real worse than it actually, it's intended to. Yes, I have another set of friends.
Wow, this is news.
In fact, it is the same set of friends that I went to the Husker basketball game with yesterday.
Oh.
So yeah, who knows? Who knows? JTP.
I just always thought it was JTP and then us.
Well, it's JTP, then you guys, and then this group of friends as well. So it was a fun night last night up until when the basketball started. It was good stuff there. Oh, we have some reaction on the text line about washing stuff right out of the package. Riley says depends on what it is. Shirts and pants get washed. Socks, just wear them. I would say, if anything, you got to do it the other way around. Like, you don't know what people are doing in the stores, man. Like, we're in there for 20 minutes grabbing the socks. There are, 23 hours and 40 minutes left of the day that people can do some wild stuff with in stores. And ever since COVID, people just care less about retail jobs. So, like, the workers don't really care what goes on. They just let anything happen.
Yeah, I guess I've just always been that freshness right out of the package, especially like socks. But man, I got crucified on the underwear part.
Do you not have wrinkles in clothes that you buy?
Wrinkles, they straighten out. This body just boom, just straightens them right out.
That means if it's because you put it on and it's tight enough to where they stretch out the wrinkles, that means your clothes are too tight.
Oh, I like showing off the bot a little bit.
Okay. Riley makes a good point, but all socks are sealed, Nick. Shirts and pants get tried on. That makes you make a good point. I'm thinking of the ones that are like just dangling outside the package. We must buy different socks because I buy the ones that are just like,
just sitting there in the rack. Yeah.
So anyway,
I sometimes I like that where you get that brand new like golf shirt and it's right in the package and you open it and put it right on. I don't know. It's just I love that newness feeling.
3994 says hell no, right out of the package. Nothing better than a fresh new shirt out of the package.
Yeah.
I also don't. I guess maybe we shop at different stores, which I would imagine we do.
I shop at eBay.
Yeah, we shop at very different stores. Because I don't get a lot of clothes that are in packages. Like a lot of, like you mentioned, the golf polos and things like that. Those usually just I get off the hanger at a store. Like I'll go to whatever golf place and get polos that are hung up. So you don't have to worry about wrinkles, but I still wash them. I've learned, man, you just don't trust people. Like you always assume the worst. And maybe that's like me being scarred from some traumatic experience that I'm like hiding underneath my, actual mind. I have no idea. But Chase B says, what about if it's from a team store like in Memorial Stadium or the Icebox? I don't know. Sure. I mean, it's not going to kill me. It's not going to kill me, but there's something about just being able to wash it that's a luxury.
Yeah, like Tracy, I told her, I was like, oh yeah, I'll just wear it right out of the package. She's like, oh no, we're washing these. I'm like, washing them? I go, they're brand new. I'm like, I'm good to go. Let's ride.
Yeah. See, Big Daddy Travis says never. Nothing like wearing clothes that 35 strangers have tried on. It just builds up your immune system. Thank you.
Yeah, I probably would wash it if it was buying. But if it's right out of the package and they're still tight, I like that freshness of it. But
so you don't have an issue with eBay. So have you ever ran into a problem with eBay?
Yeah, a few times. It just depends on the seller. You just got to look into their past history and make sure that they're like 99% or whatever. But like this Scarlet shirt, I mean, it was right in the package. Boom, put it right on. There's no wash here.
Okay, well, I mean that doesn't surprise me. It fits your MO, your mold. Okay, I'm okay. That doesn't surprise me in the slightest that you're a right out of the package. Don't worry about
out of the package. Yep, brand new.
So 2563 on the text line says new clothes only get the 26-minute quick wash. So all right,
okay.
less water, get it done quicker.
Yeah.
So anyway, all right, Raffi, we got plenty of stuff to get to. We're up against the clock. We got plenty of stuff to get to. I was actually invited into the spillover. I don't know if you saw this.
I was watching.
It was kind of bizarre. It was kind of I didn't know how to act. Honestly, I'm fifth in line. Jake brought me in. It was a weird situation.
You were on a month ago or so.
That's right, but when it only happens every now and then, you just don't know how to react. And
I had so much belief in you. I was like, he's gonna take this and just run with it.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, so we got so much to talk about. We got the good stuff. Nebraska women's basketball. They went on the road against the Hawkeyes. They made last night off to a good start. Then Husker basketball, not so great for Husker men's basketball going up against Rutgers. They got a big one Sunday against Maryland. Then we have such an exciting weekend of NFL football. The headline is probably Ravens-Bills, but there are so many other interesting and intriguing games, including that Rams-Eagles game, Raff.
Yeah.
Real interesting. So
Very.
go ahead, send us to break, my friend. Let's talk a little Husker women's basketball on the other side because we got a full show.
All right, we'll throw it a break. Just the drive, 93.7, the ticket.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today. Shouldn't the landscape around your house reflect the architecture as well as the interior? Whether it's new construction or breathing life into an outdated landscape, let the teams at Tailored Landscapes, Tailored Lights, and Tailored Life combine as your local source for outdoor living. Schedule a meeting with one of our designers who listen during our consultations and combine your preferences, plus our experience to give you a timeless, sustainable, photo shoot-worthy landscape. Call us at 402-432-2572. Find us on any social media or at www.tailoredlandscapes.com, because when you find one company, you find the benefit of three.
Psst. You know what's better than waking up early to go to the airport? Sleeping in. Lucky for you, the lines at the Lincoln Airport are so short and our service is so fast. You won't need to sacrifice precious beauty sleep to get here hours before your flight. So, go ahead, sleep in. You deserve it, and choose the airport that helps you relax. LNK, make flying easy.
Golfing in 72 degrees and perfect conditions in Nebraska doesn't seem possible in the winter, but it is. Double Eagle Golf is your escape from the bone-chilling cold outside and a reason to keep your clubs out year-round. Book a bay with some friends for a weekend or come by for golf and happy hour on a weekday. Spring leagues begin in February. Get signed up today. That's all at Double Eagle Golf inside the Kinetic Sports Complex at West O Street. Online at doubleeagle.golf.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Attention all wing fans! Buffalo Wings and Rings has daily specials that will make you want to stop in on all days of the week. Kids eat free on Mondays, and on Tuesdays, enjoy 89-cent boneless or traditional wings at a price that makes the whole family happy. And come back on Wednesdays for $1.29 chicken tenders all day long. Get to Wings and Rings today at 68th and O or in Williamsburg Village.
Hey farmers, join Boyk Farm Outfitters at Precision Planning's Winter Conference happening January 22nd and 23rd at Innovation Campus in Lincoln. At Winter Conference, they'll cover topics like fertilizer inputs, weed management, spraying technologies, and priorities of the planter pass, to name a few. It's your chance to see new research that'll put you and your farm ahead of the curve, and it's free to attend. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, this event's for you. Visit BoykFarmOutfitters.com for all the details and to reserve your spot today.
Men's health is not a game at Limitless Mail. It's serious medicine. We're not a West Coast franchise with a one-size-fits-all approach. Every man is different. Some men require more or less testosterone to feel their best. At Limitless Mail, we safely monitor your labs and symptoms along the way and adjust your treatment as needed. The only thing cookie cutter about Limitless Mail? The incredible results men brag about. Schedule your free consult at limitlessmail.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Cobble Chevrolet GMC, and we wanted to give a special shout out to all of our great customers, thanking you all for a record-setting year in 2024. Now let's get the new year rolling with some big savings. Right now at Cobble, we have some of the biggest discounts in the area with over $12,000 off list price or 0% APR on select new models. So stop on in the dealership or hit us up online at cobblecars.com to get true low country overhead in action. $12,000 off list or 0% APR right now at Cobble. So please stop on in or visit us at cobblecars.com. You'll be glad you did.
Step into healing at Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery. Our team of top-notch medical professionals turns pain into progress with state-of-the-art treatments and compassionate care. Visit prairieortho.com and discover the difference in quality orthopedic and plastic surgery services tailored to your unique needs. Your health matters, and Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery is dedicated to helping you thrive. Reach your full potential. Embrace a better tomorrow with Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery.
Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Gray on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we're back again. This is The Drive on 93.7 The Ticket. It is Friday. Happy day.
Raffy, do you want to know something cool?
Sure.
This segment is sponsored by our friend Jack Russell. Jack Russell is Farm Bureau Financial Services, been a well-respected agent representative since 1999, can help you protect everything that's important to you. 402-421-9100. That's 402-421-9100. Learn what Jack can do for you. Jack Russell, Farm Bureau Financial Services, our good friend. I haven't seen Jack in a while. I haven't been able to just kick back with Jack Russell for a while. So maybe once you get back into town, Raff, we can set something up since you're going to be here. And the sun is starting to peek over the buildings.
Spotlight on Nick Sainer.
As you can see on the video stream, my face just slowly starts to get more and more illuminated over the course of the next 30 seconds. There it is. Full illumination. Here we are. I see the lights. I see the lights.
You are the man that lights up Lincoln.
Well, with the forehead, you probably do. I probably do. Anyway, Raffy, we had a big exciting game last night. Not Nebraska men's basketball, but Nebraska women's basketball. They beat Iowa in overtime. Britt Prince hits a step back three late in regulation to tie it up. We're starting to see the 5-star ability show out and show up for Britt Prince. She's starting to really get comfortable in this college game now.
Yeah, it's fun to see, but boy, I'll tell you what, I was having some serious flashbacks to the men's game at Iowa. The way it was playing out there, it was like Nebraska was down 3. Nebraska, they were scrappy, scrap, come back, get the game tied, go to overtime, and I'm thinking, I hope they didn't use up all their gas getting back to get it tied, but they were able to pull it out. Thankfully, it was a good victory for Nebraska, and like you said, Britt Prince last night, she played great. And then, Markowski, the old legend there, I love it when you have like a 22-year-old senior, the old legend. She's been around forever, but, her consistent self, and played great also. And really, you can see the way she's like the leader of that team, just in timeouts and going to timeouts, just the way she takes control of things.
Well, I was just really impressed with the way the balanced attack that Nebraska had. You look up and down the box score, and sure, right, there's some players that showed out more, and Britt Prince is probably one of those. Britt finishes the Elkhorn North product, 22.7 rebounds, 5 assists on the day for Nebraska. But then you look at some of the other the 3 other starter, or 3 of the 4 other starters. Jess Petrie finishes with 13 and 6. Alexis Markowski, 19, 7, and 4. Then you had Logan Nisley, who had 13 and 5 assists, 13 points, 5 assists. The balanced scoring effort was really, really impressive from Nebraska. Then, obviously, when Alexis Markowski fouled out, I was talking to Rico about this earlier. Amaya Hargrove came in, and Rico and I are in the same kind of position here. We like Amaya Hargrove a lot, and she added 9 or 10 points, I believe, if I remember correctly as well. Yeah. So, in a game where, remember, this is a depleted roster now. You not only don't have Natalie Potts for the rest of the year, but now you also have Allison Widener out for the rest of the season as well, they've still found a way to go win on the road. That's really, really impressive. Yeah. And the excitement for the future, considering that Alexis Markowski, sure, is a senior, but a lot of your other players are going to be returning, and it's all centered around Britt Prince, who's a true freshman. There's a lot of excitement for what the future looks like under Amy Williams.
Yeah, definitely. It's fun to watch, and it's really impressive just the way that they played last night. Just facing the injuries that they faced. Sometimes you have that. Well, our season's done. We lost 2 of our players. We can't be as good as what we thought we were going to be, but instead they took that initiative that, hey, this season's not over. We still have a lot to prove, and it was fun to watch that. And it's just so cool to see Britt Prince, come into her own. I just feel like the more comfortable she gets, the game slows down. You hear it all the time in the NFL, college football, whenever freshman gets there and everything's going a million miles a minute. And then as you play more and get more experience, the game begins to slow down. And I think you're really going to see Britt Prince continue to, get her footing as the game slows down for her.
Yeah, I mean, so Britt Prince actually leads the team in minutes played per game. She plays 30 minutes a game on average, averages about 13.5 points, 4.5 rebounds, and leads the team in assists per game as well as steals per game. Does Britt Prince, the true freshman from Elkhorn North High School. And this is kind of everything you kind of wanted, I think, out of Britt Prince. You didn't want to see just this major drop off. It was a high profile recruitment, right? And women's basketball recruiting is certainly not getting the same type of traction that men's basketball recruiting is, or even college football recruiting, obviously. So just to remind people, this is a player in Britt Prince that was wanted by literally every school in the country. Every school in the country was at least in conversation, if not offered to Britt Prince. And it really came down, I think, to like Nebraska, Creighton. I think Indiana was potentially in that conversation down the stretch. And Nebraska ultimately won the recruitment. And to see them not only feature her, but her, like we've kind of talked about, settling in, getting to her own, it's exciting for what the future could look like, because in women's college basketball over the last couple of years, it's obviously headlined by Caitlin Clark, but having good guard play is so crucial. And maybe that's a place you think back to some of the really, really good Nebraska women's basketball teams, and what did they have? Whether it was like Rachel Theriot, as she led them to a Big Ten tournament, I believe championship at one time under Connie Uri, Rachel Theriot, or whether it was Dominique Kelly, who was more of an off-ball guard, but still kind of played that 2-3 role. Like, those types of players are so beneficial when you have them. And Nebraska has one of the best young players, if not the best freshman in the conference. And as one major player in Alexis Markowski is kind of on her way out, don't forget, she won Big Ten Freshman of the Year a couple of years ago. Yep. You'd expect Britt Prince to be in that conversation at the end of the season as well.
Yeah, most definitely. And even with, Markowski, on her way out, being this her last year, the lessons and the leadership and the guidance that she's going to provide to these younger players is going to be so huge in the years to come.
Oh, absolutely. So certainly Nebraska women's basketball, they win in overtime. They got it out, right? They're able to knock off the Iowa Hawkeyes. Iowa was ranked as far as last week. They got past some big games from like Hannah Stolke, who played a really nice game last night. But in overtime, Nebraska wins 87-84. And don't look now, but Nebraska, after a tough stretch, right, against Georgia Tech, UCLA, and USC, they dropped 3 straight. Nebraska did. Don't look now, but they've won 4 straight, knocking off 20th ranked Michigan State. They beat Penn State. They beat Rutgers on the road, and now they beat Iowa on the road as well. They're putting together a nice little slate of games here. Iowa, one of those fringe teams. They will host Wisconsin on Monday at 7 p.m. at Pinnacle Bank Arena. Probably going to get that one. If you're Nebraska, you feel like that's probably one that you should come away with a victory. And then that shapes up a big one. Next Sunday, January 26th, 2 p.m., number 9 and currently undefeated Ohio State, 17-0 on the season. They come into Lincoln, and Nebraska will host them next Sunday at 2 p.m. So there's a lot of excitement around Husker women's basketball, and highly encourage folks to try to catch a game and watch one. Maybe even go over to PBA, whether it's Sunday or next Sunday for the big one, if it fits into your schedule. So, Raffi, we got history coming up next, my friend.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll throw it a break. This is The Drive, 93.7 The Ticket.
Hey farmers, join Boyk Farm Outfitters at Precision Planning's Winter Conference, happening January 22nd and 23rd at Innovation Campus in Lincoln. At Winter Conference, they'll cover topics like fertilizer inputs, weed management, spraying technologies, and priorities of the planter pass, to name a few. It's your chance to see new research that'll put you and your farm ahead of the curve, and it's free to attend. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, this event's for you. Visit BoykFarmOutfitters.com for all the details and to reserve your spot today.
Psst. You know what's better than waking up early to go to the airport? Sleeping in. Lucky for you, the lines at the Lincoln Airport are so short and our service is so fast. You won't need to sacrifice precious beauty sleep to get here hours before your flight. So, go ahead, sleep in. You deserve it, and choose the airport that helps you relax. LNK. Make flying easy.
Shouldn't the landscape around your house reflect the architecture as well as the interior? Whether it's new construction or breathing life into an outdated landscape, let the teams at Tailored Landscapes, Tailored Lights, and Tailored Life combine as your local source for outdoor living. Schedule a meeting with one of our designers who listen during our consultations and combine your preferences, plus our experience to give you a timeless, sustainable, photo shoot-worthy landscape. Call us at 402-432-2572. Find us on any social media or at www.tailoredlandscapes.com. Because when you find one company, you find the benefit of three. M Suits Clothiers, Lincoln's favorite men's store. Family owned and operated, located 1 block south of 56th and Pine Lake Road. The end of season clearance is going on now with up to 50% off. Stop in now for best selection on sweaters, outerwear, suits, sport coat, dress pants, and dress shirts. M Suits Clothiers, your menswear store.
Midwest Bank is proud to be your local community bank right here in Lincoln. This is Travis with Midwest Bank, now with 2 branches conveniently serving Lincoln and 8 other locations across Nebraska. We're here to help you with any of your needs. From opening a checking account to buying a home or financing your business, our staff is here for you. Stop in and you might see Shin Daddy himself. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Learn more at midwest.bank, member FDIC.
Automotive Solutions is Lincoln's one-stop shop for all your vehicle needs, from vinyl wraps to engine repair and maintenance. Automotive Solution offers fleet services as well as printing and graphic design for vinyl applications, plus installation of vinyl for boats, trucks, cars, and anything else you want wrapped. Perfection is their standard, and they never settle for less. Call today at 531-249-5600 or go to automotivesolutionslincoln.com to learn more. That's Automotive Solutions, 2040 Southwest 5th Street in Lincoln.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, 8934 HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
When you need a new water heater, nothing beats the ProLine family of water heaters from A.O. Smith. ProLine models are built using commercial-grade components, meaning they're built to help you tackle your toughest days. No matter if you need a gas or electric model, A.O. Smith has a ProLine unit for you. A.O. Smith, innovation has a name. Call Wellman Plumbing at 402-434-2400 for a great deal on a water heater today. Again, that's 402-434-2400.
It's the new year, and it's time for a new John Deere. Acres has all new John Deere compact tractors, mowers, and Gator UTVs on sale with money-saving financing options. Whether it's recreation or landscaping, Acres has the John Deere for you. Visit your local Acres store for details. And don't forget, Acres has a full lineup of used equipment as well. Act now. These incentives expired January 31st, 2025. Financing program subject to proof credit with John Deere Financial. Some restrictions may apply.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats, dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people, small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
Finally, a good reason to have a smart house. Just say, Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket, and we'll magically start playing. How's it work? Nobody knows. Don't ask questions. Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Gray on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we're back again. This is The Drive, 93.7 The Ticket. It's Friday, and it is time for some history.
There's some good ones in here today for you, Raffy.
Yeah, today's a good day for history. I mean, kind of a sad day for me, but
yeah,
there's some good stuff, but some bad stuff. My first one I got, though, is the Wanamaker Trophy. The PGA, they get that trophy for the PGA Championship. And I've always kind of wanted to know, why do they call it the Wanamaker Trophy? And today, I got the answer. This day in 1916, Rodman Wanamaker organizes a lunch to discuss the forming of a golfers association. That association, the PGA.
There you have it.
So Rodman Wanamaker. They should call it the Rodman Trophy.
Speaking of, he made some history today as well. Speaking of golf, have you watched any of the TGL?
Yes.
Fan or not a fan?
Fan.
I'm a huge fan. Like,
I mean, Kevin Kisner's shot last week was hilarious.
Yeah, the skull out of the bunker is funny, but also just like the ability to mic up and the understanding. I think PGA or the TGL, it allows some of these PGA golfers, right, to get the feeling of live essentially without it diminishing or harming their PGA status.
Yeah, no, I think that's exactly what they're going for there. And I mean, it's genius idea, and it's cool. They're able to play that Tuesday night, and the next day they're on the plane to their location and playing either a practice round or playing with the sponsors or whatever it might be in the tournament. So it works out really well for it.
Yeah, well, and it's good that Tiger and Rory or whoever decides on the pairings. Number one, that Tiger was willing to play. That's huge for television. Number two is that they've got notable guys, right? Like they got notable people that golf fans actually know and would care to tune into on a Tuesday night. I think that was important for it, right? Because like you can get quote unquote nobodies or somebody that doesn't have many majors or hasn't played or hasn't competed and played on deep into a Sunday, but that's not going to drive ratings a whole lot. And so ultimately in these first couple, you needed to find a good blend of personalities. And I think you did that really well on the first week. But then second of all, also finding guys that compete at the highest level and names that people would know. And I think that they've done a really nice job. They've also brought enough stars outside, out to the events. They've brought, DJ Khaled. I saw Serena Williams was there on Tuesday. They've brought in big enough stars to where it is a pretty cool event. The piece about them, they mic them up and you get to talk to them during the round. Like those things are cool. And just all the technology that goes into it is pretty sweet as well.
And it's ready golf. That's the big thing. They get it all in 2 hours. You can watch the entire 18 holes, and I like that would step up and fire away. There's not 15 practice swings. When they're on the putting green, they're not taking 20 minutes to figure out the angles. They have to basically step up and fire away. So I like that part of it.
Which it's cool because they have the music that plays in the background. Number one. Number two is the whole like the it's essentially a shot clock, right? But where you have 40 seconds to hit, and you're right, you go right up to it. I never realized that in real golf you had a 40-second clock. Essentially, that is what the time limit's supposed to be.
Yeah, if imposed or if it's got to be
upheld.
Yeah.
Because I remember at the Open a couple of years ago, I mean, we counted like 25 waggles that Brian Harmon did, but he won it. So but ultimately, I think the TGL has done a really nice job these first 2 weeks. Anyway, back to history. What else you got?
All right, on this day in 1971, going way back in the Wayback Machine. It is the only Super Bowl where a player from the losing team won the MVP. Chuck Howley of the Dallas Cowboys, defensive lineman, won the MVP, or linebacker, I'm sorry, won the MVP when the Colts defeated the Cowboys 16-13, and probably one of the most boring Super Bowls in the history of Super Bowls.
Yeah, the Baltimore Colts, that's right, over the Cowboys. So, well, I'm going to let you do your little special one in 1988 there, Raffi.
No, I'm skipping that one. I have to go to 1999.
We don't have to.
Yeah, I have to.
Why
26 years ago today. Because it's just the fumble. The 88 one was just the fumble. Jeremiah Castile stripping the ball from Ernest Biner, recovering the fumble. Then we're going to the Super Bowl, getting waxed by the Redskins. So let's go to brighter days.
We didn't have to talk about the Super Bowl. We just had to talk about how they got there, and they got there because they forced a fumble at the 3-yard line, and they didn't have to worry about it.
Yep, it was a great game. Do you remember watching that one?
I do. I remember it very well. Made popcorn, made some wings.
Oh, a good day. That was a good day.
Yeah, felt good about it.
But this day in 1999, 26 years ago today, John Elway played his final game at Mile High Stadium.
Oh, really?
26 years ago. So now he's not played longer than half my life that I've been. I cannot believe it.
I never saw John Elway play.
What's crazy is like when we were kids, we always thought, Johnny Unitas would have been like to see Johnny Unitas play. But that was only like a 10-year difference, 75, 85 or whatever, because I think he retired in 75 with the Chargers. And then here, like John Elway, it's been 26 years ago. So you probably look at like John Elway, like we look at Sammy Baugh or something like that.
I look at John Elway probably the way that you look at Babe Ruth.
That is crazy.
Not really.
Yeah, I like the comparison though.
But yeah. The great Bambino. Yeah. So there's
the great John Elway and the great Bambino. But you always forget about that. I'm like, man, that is so crazy. You still weren't to be born for like 3 more years.
Nope, that's right. There I was.
Wild.
Speaking of baseball, real quick, the top Japanese pitcher, Roki Sasaka, is projected to sign with the Los Angeles Dodgers. So in the least surprising news of the day, the Dodgers continue to spend money.
Well, way to go, Dodgers.
There you have it.
Then we got one birthday today, too.
Who's that?
Today would have been Muhammad Ali's birthday, born in 1942. I am the greatest.
Thunderknock Collins on the text line. Nick, you didn't miss much not watching John Elway. All he did was complain to the refs that the crowds were too loud. Sorry. There you go.
He's going back. He's going back to the Chiefs game. But actually, people forget about that. The NFL is the one that installed the rule. So they installed this rule. I think it was 1990, maybe right around that range. That if the crowds were too loud, the quarterback could step away from the center and go to the referee and be like, hey, we need it to be quieter so we can call the plays. The NFL made the rule. John Elway just abided by the rule and went back to the referee in Kansas City and said, hey, Chiefs fans are being too loud. They need to quiet down. John Elway was just following the rules. The Kansas City Chiefs were breaking the rules by being too loud. But, oh, no, nobody ever talks about the Chiefs breaking the rules.
Gotcha.
Terrible.
Gotcha.
John Elway follows the rules.
Who do the Broncos play this weekend? Okay, that's right.
We always love a funny guy.
Go ahead. I'm getting applause from Rico. Thank you, Enrique. Thank you. Anyway,
Go read a book, Rico. Go read a book.
You wanted to read a book, Rico? Go read a book. There he
Maybe
is.
read the history of John Elway. That's a great book.
Go ahead and send us to break, Raffy.
All right, going into break. Just drive 93.7 the ticket.
Hey volleyball fans, this is Laura Dijkema, national player of the Netherlands and now the setter on Omaha's newest professional team, Love Omaha Volleyball. League volleyball is bringing the heat this year. Don't miss your chance to see Olympians, national players and national champions right here in Omaha from now through April. We can't wait to see you cheering for us in the stands. Visit lovboma.com to buy single match tickets to see me and Love Omaha Volleyball in action. Go Big Green!
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Midwest Bank is proud to be your local community bank right here in Lincoln. This is Abby with Midwest Bank. Stop by our new location at 70th and Pioneers. Our new full-service branch does it all. From our friendly staff to our easy online banking and mobile app, you get all the technology of a big bank that you need, but you still get the hometown customer service that you want. Your community, your bank. Midwest Bank. Learn more at midwest.bank. Member FDIC.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats, dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people, small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Wrestling fans, it's time to elevate your game, just like Stevens & Smith Construction does for your concrete needs. As your full-service concrete contractor, we deliver solid results every time. From singles to doubles, fighting for inside position to scrambling reversals, we know how to pin down quality and slam expectations. Stevens & Smith Construction, a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket, where Husker wrestlers bring you all the action. Don't stall, Stevens & Smith Construction is here to help you build a concrete foundation for the win. Check us out at www.stevensandsmith.com because stalling is a penalty and winning is the only option.
Make the 2025 deer season your best yet. Come to the Nebraska Deer and Game Expo Friday, January 17th through Sunday, January 19th. Check out the hunting seminars, browse the hunting and outdoor exhibits, sign up for the 360 blind giveaway, compete in the Big Buck and Monster Shed contest, try the 3D shoot and more. Get tickets at the door. The Nebraska Deer and Game Expo, January 17th through the 19th at the Sandhills Global Event Center. 84th and Havelock in Lincoln, presented by Whitetail Properties Real Estate.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
When you need a new water heater, nothing beats the ProLine family of water heaters from A.O. Smith. ProLine models are built using commercial-grade components, meaning they're built to help you tackle your toughest days. No matter if you need a gas or electric model, A.O. Smith has a ProLine unit for you. A.O. Smith, innovation has a name. Call Wellman Plumbing at 402-434-2400 for a great deal on a water heater today. Again, that's 402-434-2400.
It's the new year, and it's time for a new John Deere. Acres has all new John Deere compact tractors, mowers, and Gator UTVs on sale with money-saving financing options. Whether it's recreation or landscaping, Acres has the John Deere for you. Visit your local Acres store for details. And don't forget, Acres has a full lineup of used equipment as well. Act now. These incentives expired January 31st, 2025. Financing program subject to approved credit with John Deere Financial. Some restrictions may apply.
The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road.
Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing and promotional needs in Lincoln, Nebraska. They specialize in screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, window wraps, print collateral, promotional products, and signage. At Perch Merch, they are committed to delivering high-quality products and exceptional customer service. Their experienced team of designers and printing professionals will work with you every step of the way to ensure that your vision is realized. Call for a quote today at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Are you a skilled mechanic looking for your next big opportunity? Constructors is hiring. We're looking for experienced mechanics to join our family-owned team. We offer competitive wages, great benefits, brand new service trucks, OEM-level diagnostic software, and career growth opportunities. Positions include lead and A-level mechanics for our shop and multiple field technicians. If you're driven and ready to grow with a company that's been around since 1908, apply today at constructorslincoln.com.
Garage doors can break down or quit working at the worst times. At Doors Plus, they understand that a broken garage sometimes means repair and not replace. Sometimes, all you need to make your door like new again is a few bolts, realignment, or even new balance. Trust the pros at Doors Plus to handle your garage door repair the right way so you can get on with your busy schedule. Visit them online at doorsplusllc.com or give them a call at 402-590-5800.
Welcome to The Drive with AD Raff and Ahman Green. Former Husker football national champion, speaker, and author, Aaron Davis.
Nebraska will win the national championship. The Cornhuskers beat Miami. It is history, 13-0, and bring that trophy back to Lincoln.
Former Arena Football League quarterback, former head coach of the Capital City Crush, and guru of Husker football history, Chris Raff.
25 straight wins for the Cornhuskers. One of the most dominating stretches in college football history.
We may have seen one of the best teams in the history of college football tonight.
12-year NFL veteran.
He's got some speed to go with strength.
Huskers and Green Bay Packers Hall of Famer.
Shovel pass to Green into Vikings territory. Finally brought down.
And University of Nebraska eSports coach, Ahman Green.
Look at Green all by himself. 20, 10, touchdown.
Sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we're back again. This is The Drive, 93.7 The Ticket. We're proudly sponsored by Doors Plus. If your garage door needs maintenance or you need an entirely new garage door, give Cameron Hall and his team a call today at 402-590-5800. Doors Plus is locally owned and handles everything from residential or commercial garage doors, garage door openers, safety tune-ups, or custom design. Visit doorsplusllc.com to learn more. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
Raffy, if I were to ask you, out of all of the NFL games this weekend, which one intrigues you the most? What would your answer be?
Bills, Ravens.
Okay. And if there was a second one?
Lions, Commanders.
Okay. So let's first talk about the elephant in the room, right? With the Bills Ravens game. What are our thoughts on that one? Does Lamar, is he able to get the best of Josh Allen, or is Josh just having too good of a year?
This game is, wow, my head My head says the Ravens. My heart says the Bills.
Okay.
Because I think the Ravens with Derrick Henry maybe gives them a little bit more of the running game. But Cook is playing really well for the Bills right now. So if Cook can hang with Henry and give the Bills that threat, but it's so funny that both these teams really are kind of not really loaded at the receiver position. I mean, the Bills have some players, like they have Amari Cooper, but he's yet to really find any footing there.
Yep.
Shakur is like
getting older. He's getting older too.
Shakur is their leading receiver for the Bills, which you would never think of.
Yeah.
And then I'm not sure is Zay Flowers. I don't know if they said if he's playing yet this week or if he's out.
It's still unclear. And then another name to add to that Buffalo room is like Keon Coleman.
Yeah. So it's it's definitely going to be a game of the quarterbacks. Whoever gets the most out of their quarterback. But I think that just that extra added bonus, I think that offense, that Ravens offense, when Derrick Henry's on, I mean, it makes them very hard to stop, and especially if they get production out of Big Mark Andrews and it's Rashad Bateman, and those guys can step up. Because I was saying last week with the Ravens, you almost at this point you got to put 9 in the box and say, hey, beat us with the pass. And Lamar Jackson's very efficient and very his passing stats are amazing. So, but I almost think that's almost the way you got to take that, because they'll run all over you if you don't put people up in the box.
Yeah, I'm curious. So currently the Ravens are a 1-point favorite. I think, let me ask you this, Raff, because Big Bird says this on the text line. He talked about, every year we have this conversation. It's the Josh Allen narrative, right? Which quarterback is this game more important for? Is it more important for Lamar Jackson and his career, or is it more important for Josh Allen right now?
I think it's equal. I mean, both of them have garnered all the awards and everything like that. Now it's just they need that Super Bowl is like the one thing in their careers right now that is going to keep them always from being mentioned in the upper echelon. I mean, are they great players? Yes. Are they MVP players? Yes. But there's always talk about, okay, but did they win the Super Bowl? And I think right now, this is the year for the both of them that I think this is their greatest opportunity. I mean, the Bills, a couple years back, they had a great opportunity, but this is crucial to both their careers. I'd say it's equal for the both of them.
I'm real interested because I think it's a little bit bigger for Josh Allen, in my opinion. I think it's a little bit bigger for Josh Allen. Josh Allen, by the way, the heavy favorite to win the MVP award. Lamar Jackson is second behind him, right? So I think it's a little bit bigger for Josh Allen just because the Bills have gotten so close, and just like Big Bird said, people still, I think, I don't know if a large group of like casual NFL fans still buy in the Lamar Jackson. I don't know if they've bought into Lamar, and I don't know how you couldn't by now. But I think that there's more people that feel like Josh Allen is the better quarterback of the two. And now it's time for Josh Allen to prove it. Now, on the other side, I think on the other side of the coin, I think you could go and say, well, that makes it more important for Lamar Jackson to show that, hey, once again, on the biggest stage to this point of the season, you showed against another MVP contender that you are a complete quarterback and that you're one of the best in the game. You're one of the best in the game, because both of these guys have had better years than Patrick Mahomes this season. Both of these guys. And so now it's just a battle of the best and who shows up. And I think I'm leaning Bills. So it's interesting because you're leaning Ravens. I'm leaning the Bills. I think.
Well, my heart says Bills.
That's true. You mentioned James Cook. What James Cook does in the receiving game and what he could give them in the pass game out of the backfield, he's so dynamic. He is so dynamic. And on top of that, they're starting. They feature Dalton Kincaid quite a bit in their offense. So I worry less about the receiving game for the Buffalo Bills than I do about the Ravens.
Yeah, this is gonna be a fun game to watch. But like I said, They both got to start collecting some Super Bowl rings, or else when history looks back at them, it'll be great players, great quarterbacks. However, I mean, they kind of fall into kind of that Dan Marino phase. I mean, Dan Marino, amazing quarterback, amazing player, but he doesn't get the notoriety because he did not have that Super Bowl.
Well, and the perfect way to look at this is, I mean, think about the narrative around the Kansas City Chiefs. So we talked about the game that's going to be played last this weekend at 5:30 on Sunday, the Ravens and Bills. But let's talk about the game that's going to be played first between the Texans and Chiefs. One thing that pisses people off, and I get it, but you can't complain and can't argue with the results, is that Patrick Mahomes wins when it matters most. You mentioned those Super Bowls, and you mentioned the record, and you mentioned, I mean, the Chiefs 15-2 this season, and there's a reason that Patrick Mahomes is viewed as obviously going to be a Hall of Famer. And it's because there are Super Bowl rings already in his career when you look at guys like Josh Allen and Lamar and say, well, they still got to get there.
Yeah, and then it'll look back too, maybe Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson will get those, rake up those MVPs and the first team All-Pros and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But it'll still be, however, Patrick Mahomes won the Super Bowl. It's like,
there you go.
With the years that Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen are having this year, going into the playoffs, and if you could choose one quarterback going into the playoffs, who would you choose?
Well, and that's the thing, because I think, honestly, the stats tell a different story than I think a lot of people would do. And that's kind of bizarre. That's bizarre to think about and consider, because I think to that point, you mentioned it, like there's you look on paper, and I get that the Chiefs are 15-2, but you look at the way that they've won games, and you look at who they've won it with, and so on and so forth. On paper, statistically, Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson should be your choice.
Yeah.
But how can you go against experience?
Yeah,
how can
I
you
would
go
choose
against experience.
I would choose Mahomes.
And even if he's not fully healthy?
Even if he's not fully healthy.
Yeah.
If I'm going into a playoff game, right now, if you could choose that one quarterback going in the playoffs, you have to choose Patrick Mahomes. I mean, he's the one who's got the rings. He's the one who's done it. I mean, I know statistics haven't been, pretty this year. Not even a Pro Bowl quarterback, but I still would have to ride with Patrick Mahomes. As much as I love Josh Allen and I love his abilities and I love what he's done and the way he plays in his game, I still would select Patrick Mahomes.
Is there any shot that the Texans are able to knock off the Chiefs?
Yes.
You think so?
Yeah, I think what has been kind of the Achilles heel for the Chiefs all year, their offensive line. Mm-hmm. Patrick Mahomes took a lot of hits this year, and the Texans are young, and that offense and that defense they have down there, Will Anderson, they bring a lot of pressure. So if they can, get, hobble the Chiefs a little bit, and then if CJ Stroud plays like he did in the second half of that game last week, and you can get Nico Collins going, Joe Mixon going, they have a chance. I mean, would I choose the Texans? If you told me to pick right now, I would pick the Chiefs. But do I think the Texans have the chance to win? Yeah, I definitely think they have that chance, and it'll be what their defense does, and it'll be when the playoffs time is usually when Patrick Mahomes has that magical play where he's tackled and then he slips out and he runs the ball 30 yards downfield, falls down, gets it down to the 1 yard line, or something like that.
Yeah.
So it'll be, can the Texans stop that magical play? It wouldn't surprise me one bit if the Texans have the lead and then it's Patrick Mahomes' time, and if they can shut down that magical moment, though, where they'll look back and be like, wow, that was where Mahomes scrambled for 5 minutes and then throws it downfield to Kelsey. So I think that it's going to be a really fun game to watch.
Well, and here's the thing. I think on top of that, you go back to the way that the Texans lost in Kansas City a couple of years ago. They were up big at halftime. This was under when Deshaun Watson was at quarterback for the Houston Texans and before everything happened.
Yeah.
But the Chiefs were able to come back after halftime, and they ended up winning that game. The game that's most intriguing to me, excuse me, and this is why I think on top behind the Baltimore and Buffalo ball game is going to be the Rams Eagles. So this game is in Philadelphia, obviously, but the Rams might be playing some of the best football in the NFL right now. They ended the season winners 6 of their last 8. They beat the Bills, they beat the 49ers, they beat the Jets, right? One of their losses was to the Seahawks in the last game of the year, I believe. But ultimately they beat the Vikings last week. I'm not sure where you landed with the Vikings and like at the end of the season here, how we feel about Minnesota. But ultimately, the Rams are somehow playing some of their best football right now when it matters most, which is most important, obviously. Kyron Williams is maybe one of the most underrated or least talked about really good running backs in the NFL right now. And on top of it, Puka Nacua and Matthew Stafford are kind of continuing to do their thing.
Yep. Well, I think this game, Rams, are playing well, but I think this game is going to come down to Jalen Hurts. To me, last week, it just did not look like Jalen Hurts was the Jalen Hurts that we're used to seeing out there. And I don't know, being maybe apprehensive coming off the concussion, but Jalen Hurts is going to have to put things together. I mean, they have the running game. I mean, that counter sweep play they play where they pull the center and the guard. I mean, that running play, Saquon, that's 5 yards guaranteed almost every time they run it. But they've got to get their passing game going a little bit. I just don't think A.J. Brown can have one catch this week and the Eagles get by the Rams. So it comes down, I think, just the way that Jalen Hurts is going to run that offense.
Yeah, I think so. I like if you're the Rams, you're going to have to. I mean, Saquon Barkley's going to get his, right? But it's how can you limit some of the pass catching from whether it's A.J. Brown or Devontae Smith, right? How can you allow and keep Jalen Hurts in the pocket and not let him use his legs as a weapon, right? So like those types of things. If this game was in LA, there's probably a chance I'm picking the Rams in this one. The Rams, it was actually, I believe, 7 games ago or now 8 games ago, excuse me, where the Rams lost to the Eagles 37-20 at halftime. Or excuse me, 37-20 in LA. Yeah. It feels like a completely different Los Angeles Rams team, though.
Yeah, definitely. And another guy that we've not heard much of for a while is Cooper Kupp.
You're right.
So it'll be interesting to see if he's one that steps up this game, because if they depend totally on Puka this entire game, I think it'll be tough for the Rams to get by them. But if they can get Cooper and Puka going, then that could spell a lot of trouble for the Eagles.
Well, and another thing, I mean, it's important to know is that Tyler Higbee got banged up in the last game. However, he's expected to play. That was kind of the thing last week was they took Puka Nacua got an early reception for like 27 yards, I think it was, or 23 yards. And then you didn't really hear from Puka a whole lot until later in the game. And Matthew Stafford, I think he started out with 5 completions to Tyler Higbee. 5 of his first 6 passes were, he started 6 of 6, but 5 of his first 6 were completions to Tyler Higbee.
Yeah, it was wild because that offense was clicking all the way up until Higbee got hurt. And then once Higbee got hurt, that offense wasn't clicking quite as well as what it had to begin the game, because I remember everybody was talking like, wow, who'd have thunk that Tyler Higbee's the guy that makes the Rams offense click?
Where do you fall with Sean McVay currently, Raff? Because do you remember? I know you do, but this is somewhat rhetorical. Like a couple of years ago, when Sean McVay and the Rams kind of burst onto their scene with Jared Goff, it was this is the next up and coming head coach. Yeah. He is brilliant, young mind, Sean McVay, and now it's kind of just been quiet. And you obviously know Sean McVay is still there. And certainly he's not in danger of losing his job, but I just feel like the waters have kind of calmed on Sean McVay.
Oh, I think to a point. I look at Sean McVay as kind of like this generation's Mike Shanahan.
There you go. Okay, that's a good comp. I like that comp.
They both when it comes to the offensive side of the ball, they're far and above anyone else. Their coaching trees are amazing.
Yeah,
but I think too, gosh, it's like Sean McVay, only like 38 still, or still super young. It's crazy, but he's been around, for 10 years now, it feels like. But yeah, he's still one of the best coaches in the NFL. But I think, how things, trends change, now Marcus Freeman's the cool guy and McVay's not the cool,
Don't you get it twisted. That's right.
Yeah, so it switches up, but McVay's still in the top echelon of NFL coaches.
All right, Raff, let's go through and pick these. Texans,
Yeah.
Chiefs.
Chiefs.
Okay. Do they cover an 8-point spread?
No.
Okay. Commanders, Lions. This one's at 7 p.m. on Fox. Does Detroit cover the 9.5?
No.
Who wins?
Lions.
Okay. Let's go Rams, Eagles next. The Eagles are 6.5-point favorites at home. Who wins that one?
Oh man, this is a tough one. I'm going to go Eagles.
Okay. And then do you want to stick with your head or you want to go with your heart with Ravens, Bills?
I'm going with my heart. Going
Bills.
That town has seen so much heartache. They deserve something.
I'm going to go same as you. I'm going to switch it up, though. I think the Rams take down the Eagles here.
Rams take down the Eagles. Okay.
I think the Rams take down the Eagles.
I think if the game was in L.A.,
it'd be different.
Lean a little bit. I think
That's
that
a long flight.
That rowdy Eagles Stadium. I think Jalen Hurts puts it together. So I'm going Eagles.
All right, there you go. Don't forget in the last game where the Eagles played the Rams, Saquon Barkley went off for 255 yards. So watch for that to be a newsworthy and noteworthy statistic on Sunday. So there you have it. All right, Raff, send us a break. We're going to be joined by a special guest to talk Husker hoops.
Hello. All right, we'll throw the brakes. The Drive, 93.7 The Ticket.
Garage doors can break down or quit working at the worst times. At Doors Plus, they understand that a broken garage sometimes means repair and not replace. Sometimes, all you need to make your door like new again is a few bolts, realignment, or even new balance. Trust the pros at Doors Plus to handle your garage door repair the right way so you can get on with your busy schedule. Visit them online at doorsplusllc.com or give them a call at 402-590-5800.
Are you a skilled mechanic looking for your next big opportunity? Constructors is hiring. We're looking for experienced mechanics to join our family-owned team. We offer competitive wages, great benefits, brand new service trucks, OEM-level diagnostic software, and career growth opportunities. Positions include lead and A-level mechanics for our shop and multiple field technicians. If you're driven and ready to grow with a company that's been around since 1908, apply today at constructorslincoln.com.
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road.
It's the new year, and it's time for a new John Deere. Acres has all new John Deere compact tractors, mowers, and Gator UTVs on sale with money-saving financing options. Whether it's recreation or landscaping, Acres has the John Deere for you. Visit your local Acres store for details. And don't forget, Acres has a full lineup of used equipment as well. Act now. These incentives expire January 31st, 2025. Financing program subject to proof credit with John Deere Financial. Some restrictions may apply.
A new year means it's time to try new things. If you haven't tried Fierce Cheese Spread yet, the time is now. For the days you don't want to go to the gym, don't worry. Fierce Cheese Spread is there to cheer you up. And for the days you do get to the gym, why not celebrate when you get back with the best dip around? Get to your local grocery store today and load up on Fierce Cheese Spread. No event or party is complete without it on your table.
The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Bagels & Joe is the best place to start off your mornings, and you can order your breakfast ahead of time on their app. You can't go wrong with one of their great bagel sandwiches or breakfast burritos. Stop by any of their 4 locations in Lincoln or their location in Seward. Bagels & Joe.
Be sure to check out the top-selling Recomp. Recomp helps build lean muscle and strength while decreasing body fat. Recomp is ideal for men and women of all ages trying to look their best. Recomp can only be found in Nutrition Authority. For info, visit mynutritionauthority.com.
This is Bill Mitchner, Executive Director of Lincoln Lighthouse. Did you know Lighthouse provides multiple programs for students such as one-on-one tutoring and mentoring, as well as pro-social skill exercises, while providing them a nourishing meal and a safe space during all months of the year, even during school breaks? Learn more or contribute to Lighthouse at lincolnlighthouse.org today.
Advanced Medical Imaging is the largest radiology group in Nebraska, located in Lincoln at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard. At Advanced Medical Imaging, they utilize state-of-the-art technology and blend it together with their compassionate, skilled team to guide you through every step. Whether it's an MRI, CT scan, or X-ray, their precise diagnostics help your doctor deliver the best care plan for you. Choose clarity and comfort in your life by choosing Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard and online at amimaging.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning now. In our new time, we're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
The Body Lab, located at 14th and Yankee Hill, is Lincoln's premier physical therapy and recovery lab. The Body Lab offers trigger point dry needling, cupping therapy, joint manipulation, and so much more. Looking to relax and relieve stress after a long day or difficult workout? The Body Lab's recovery lab is the ideal spot. Featuring infrared sauna, a cold plunge tub, or if you're just looking for enough space to stretch out and reset your mind. Learn more about memberships and schedule your service today at thebodylablnk.com or visit the Body Lab in person at 14th and Yankee Hill Road.
Experience the Landmark difference with the next level of dealer support. Landmark, your local John Deere dealer, continually works to have parts on hand the first time you walk in the door. Our internal route system means we can get the parts to you typically same or next day to keep you up and running. At Landmark, we understand time is money. Get more uptime with our after-hours parts and service support on the phone or in the field. Stop by your local Landmark today to experience the Landmark difference.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the K&TK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeit. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Gray on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we are back again. This is The Drive on 93.7 The Ticket. It is Friday, and we are joined by the Husker Hall of Famer, the legend, the man, old number 21 in your playbook, number 1 in your heart.
Maybe.
Strickland.
Man, hey, Raff, that's a funky beat right there, man. That's a funky beat.
It's the way we roll on a Friday. I picked it out.
Well, okay. Hold on now, Raffy. No, you're in Carney, but I can still get to you. We got Stricky in the house. Stricky, what's happening?
Man, slept good.
Yeah.
Feel good.
That's good.
But was kind of salty about how things was looking last night. The energy, the vibe just wasn't the same that I'm used to feeling. One of the things I think that I don't really like about how Nebraska sometimes plays is this. It's like going to an amusement park. Like, Stricky played one way. You know what I'm saying? Like, One thing you couldn't say, and Raff knows this, one thing you couldn't say about Stricky is that when I came on the court, it was going to be no effort, or it was going to be up and down, or I did it just because I got a steal, or I was playing one way hard all the time, no matter what the situation, down 10, 15, up 15, it didn't matter. I was playing a certain way. And so what frustrates me sometimes with when I watch Nebraska is it's sometimey effort. It's if things is going bad, they're shooting bad, the effort is not necessarily there, but they get a steal or they get a couple of stops or they get a dunk, and then the effort goes through the roof. And that's just frustrating because it allows for these crazy ebbs and flows
the swings
of a game.
Which you would expect the complete opposite and hope for the complete opposite with such a veteran-laden team. That's what I think is so frustrating. There were times against Iowa and last night against Rutgers where Nebraska got sped up so much. And I go back to like the offseason and go, okay, what were some of the things that we felt like Nebraska basketball needed to address? Allow somebody to control the basketball. Maybe it's not Bryce Williams every night, all the time, right? Bryce handled the ball for the majority of it last year. Doesn't need to do that this year, right? They went out and got Raleigh Wooster, went out and got some more experienced guys. And then also you have guys like Juwan Gary, who's a year older, and you have guys like Sam Hoiberg, who's a year older. Through it all, when Nebraska is in the doldrums in the middle of a game, I feel like they're struggling to find out who needs to have the ball.
That's a fact.
And how to slow it down.
That's a fact.
They speed themselves up and they allow the opponent to dictate how they play. So I'm glad that you opened up with that little like comment about when you played, this is how I was 100% of the time and nothing was changing it. It feels like time and time again, especially over these last 3 games, Nebraska has allowed the opponent to dictate how they play. And that has nothing to do and should have nothing to do with how the score looks. You could be up by 20. You could be down by 40. No matter how it is, you shouldn't allow the opponent dictate how you play.
Yep. Yeah. Raff, did you want to add to that? I don't want to jump in and take over
No,
the drive. I'll drive this thing. You know?
No, we're honored to have you. I mean, anytime you can hear Eric Strickland talk basketball, that is like I tell everybody, like one of my favorite things is watching basketball with you. You see the game so much differently. It's educational. And for our listeners, to have you here right now, it's awesome because they get to hear through your mind and what you see. Because I like you talked about, I saw that stuff, the Iowa game. I was like, when Iowa was making that run, I was like, okay, Nebraska, this has got to be, you've got to bring your energy. And they did not lift up to that time. And that's where Iowa kind of, overcame Nebraska and took the lead. And Nebraska, they were able to tie it up to get to overtime, but it just, like you said, I just don't feel like that energy, like you talked about yourself. Like anytime you came into the game, whether you were coming off the bench, you knew you were bringing that defensive intensity like nobody's business. And it's just like, if you want to be, those great teams, you've got to create your own energy, even when it's not there. Like this weekend, we're like, oh, it's an 11 a.m. game. Watch out. It's got to be, no, it doesn't matter. 11, 12, 2 in the morning. You've got to bring that same energy all the time to be, it's considered a good, great team.
That's a fact.
Stricky, I just I sat back yesterday and I asked Jake this question in the spillover, and I'll ask you. Over the last 4 games, who's been Nebraska's most consistent player?
That's a great point. You really can't say.
You can't say. And I think here's what's crazy though. And for as much as I love Sam Hoiberg, he wasn't his best last night. Before last night, the answer was Sam Hoiberg because of all the reasons we're talking about. Because you knew, and even last night, even though the stat line is the farthest thing from pretty for Sam, but you knew, and you still know, that when Sam Hoiberg comes in the game, you know what you're going to get.
Yeah.
For all the other guys, you don't. You have no idea. You don't know which Berke is going to show up.
Yep.
You don't know which Juwan Gary is going to show up. Frankly, like Raleigh Wooster, he had a good day at the free throw line yesterday. He finishes with 10 points, 7 rebounds, excuse me, and I believe it was 5 assists. Yeah, 10 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists. That's the type of stat line that you brought Raleigh into the game, or Raleigh into the program for. However, you didn't bring him in to shoot a contested floater with 3:10 left in the game. I feel like at times they don't know identities and they don't know or accept roles.
Well, one thing I can do, that's a fact too. One thing I can tell you for sure is this. I was talking with Austin Orman, my partner on the block. We were at the game and I was talking to him and I said, here, you know what's crazy about what I'm seeing right now? I saw Juwan Gary shoot 2 air ball floaters. Mm-hmm. I saw him get on the break and finally turn one over. I saw him drive and miss a layup. I saw Andrew Morgan drive and miss a layup. And I said, Austin, I'm 6'3". I said, do you know, and Austin got it. I said, do you know what would happen if I was 6'6" and 6'7"? I said,
yam.
People would be in trouble. Yeah. I was trying to do that at 6'3".
Yeah.
If I was the athletic size and physicality that some of those guys are, there would be trouble in the paint when you saw me. And that's what's frustrating. And so here's why I say what I say. The trouble with Nebraska, you said it. Mm-hmm. You said you get to a point in games where you just don't know where to go.
And the lineups are weird right now. Like some of the combinations that they're having out there, I found myself last night, and this isn't like fault of Fred Hoiberg, I think a lot of this is like they don't, outside of Bryce, they don't have a guy that they can go to. And
he's not even a breakdown guy.
Yeah, exactly. Consistently.
Yeah.
And so number one, whether that this turns it a little bit on Coach Hoiberg, whether it's drawing up creative sets
that
get Bryce better looks than a contested mid-range.
Easier looks.
Yeah,
it seems
easier
like
looks.
All hard.
And while the mid-range game is so good,
yeah, it's pure.
Like find some more the easier looks like you talked about. But then there was like a lineup on the floor at one point of like it was Sam Hoiberg, Andrew Morgan, Ulyss, Juwan Gary, and I think it was Raleigh.
Yeah.
And I found myself going like, who's the shooter?
Right.
Who's the shooter at this moment? Because if it's Juwan, I get it, but I also don't. Because while Juwan has these days where he starts out 2 for 2, while he starts out 2 for 2, or he started out yesterday 2 for 3 from the 3-point line, he also has it to where it's, and this is understanding the role and the ebbs and flows and how you can benefit your team in more ways than one. Figuring out, okay, on this day, my shot's not there. So I got to figure out how to help my team in another way. The Purdue game is a perfect example of like Juwan Gary. He comes out, he airballs a 3, he shoots another 3-pointer, and he hits the side of the backboard. Maybe you just don't got it that day. But yet he goes on to shoot 3 more 3-pointers. That's 3 3-point shots that maybe they could have designed a better look for Bryce. That's 3 3-point shots that maybe they designed a better look for Connor Essegian. Like, this is not a hound on Juwan Gary, because you can go up and down the roster and go, this guy could help a team in a separate way that maybe he's not embracing as much. And I'm not saying Juwan Gary doesn't embrace his role, because, yeah, people are going to look at it, and casual fans that view it from a 50,000-foot view are going to go, Nick, what are you talking about? Juwan Gary had 20.7 rebounds and 2 steals. What are you talking about? But it's clunky. It's always clunky. And it feels like it's avoidable. It feels like it's avoidable, and it feels like just something is off.
Well, one thing that I noticed is when it got under 2 minutes, tight game, Rutgers knew where they were going.
Oh, every time.
And that's the unique difference about what Rutgers can do. And this is why I said, if this game is close, it could be trouble. So when they hit a 7-0 run, they had multiple instances. I can count at least 3 to 4 instances in this game where they could have blown it open. Nebraska, where Nebraska could have blown it open. They didn't take advantage of it. They had instances where only one of them was on the court. At one time, they were running it up, and they would do something, and they wouldn't finish, or they would miss an opportunity, and all of a sudden, Rutgers would get back into it. And then the lead changes, and the lead changes. But when it came down to it, they know where they were going, and he split the defense. He was able to get downhill,
multiple times,
find guys, and that's the unique difference about what Nebraska can't do, and they don't have really the abilities to do. So that's it.
So obviously we're referencing Dylan Harper. Dylan Harper late in the game. There were two. Nebraska ended each half extremely poor yesterday. They ended the first half.
Ace Bailey.
Well, they ended the first half on, I believe Rutgers was on a 9-0 run, or no, it was Nebraska. Something happened where Nebraska hit like one of their last 7 from the field in the last couple minutes of the first half, and they were 4 of 10 on layups in the first half. Nebraska was, I mean, less than 50% on layups.
Mm-hmm.
And that's against a team that doesn't have an front court.
Yeah.
They don't have a post presence.
Yeah.
And then defensively in the second half, you miss free throws down the stretch when it matters most. Rutgers helped you out with missed free throws multiple times. You got good looks. You just didn't get shots to fall.
Well, here's the other. If you look at the box score, listeners, if you're able to check it at your own time, but you can go over and check what I'm saying. All things being equal, shooting percentages, rebounds, all these things being equal, not having front court, they equal you in offensive rebounds. That's horrendous in itself.
It's tricky. I looked up yesterday and I was like, this feels like Nebraska's getting demolished on the glass.
Yes,
and I looked up
like
and I was like, wait, Nebraska's up 33-32 on rebounds?
Yeah.
But
it's
it
crazy.
felt so different.
It did. So all things being equal, against this team, they're already down. They're 9-18. They're struggling. In your home where you're 20-0, there's no way they should get you on the rebound or they out-hustle you.
Yeah,
they out-hustled you in your home. That should never happen. And you are the catalyst of why you just lost a 20-game win streak. And it should never be that way. If they come in and they get on one and they start they're just lighting up the freaking net, then okay, it's just one of those times, right? Now, if your effort was there, all the stuff being equal, and they just get on one, cool. But they should never outwork you. They should have never out-rebounded you offensively in your own home. So it's really them that have the loss in this. And I can't really even fault the coaches. I
No.
It's really on the players in this one.
It's just bizarre, guys, because Nebraska the last 3 games has allowed opponents to shoot over 40% from the 3-point line in the last 3 games, in each of the last 3 games. Iowa shot, I think it was like 47% from 3. Purdue shot over 50% from 3, and Rutgers shot 41.4% from the 3-point line in the game. It's also the second time in those last 3 games that Nebraska's missed 10 or more free throws. The margin in those games, Iowa, you lost by 10, first of all. However, it's not going to overtime if you hit your free throws, and you're winning the game.
Mm-hmm.
And then last night, you win the game if you hit your free throws down the stretch. So I think those were 2 things that Nebraska was doing relatively well early in the year that now they've completely fallen apart on. I struggled, Stricky, and this is where it was a little alarming. Going into the game, and Austin and I were talking about this, and I'm sure you know this statistic too, since you talk to Austin often, is Dylan Harper and Ace Bailey accounted for 40+% of Rutgers shots coming into the game.
Yeah.
The scouting report told the story itself. You knew who they were going to go to. It didn't matter. You still weren't able to stop them.
Yep.
And the lack of defensive adjustment. I get that Nebraska wants to hang their hat on doubling the post. They want to hang their hat on bringing in backside help. I get it. But time and time again, and yes, part of this is you got to give Rutgers credit because every time PBA tried to get going, they were able to hit a big shot.
Yep.
They were able to hit a big shot. However, Nebraska did themselves no favors when they continuously allowed wide open 3-point looks from the corner. Because of their philosophy to double the post and have backside help, it killed them. It killed them time and time again. And the inability to make an adjustment or the want to try something new in the middle of the game was what was most alarming to me.
Okay, so real quick, I know y'all probably got to get to a break.
You're fine. We're gonna just keep going. We're just gonna finish off with this segment.
So here's check this out. As I was sitting up there watching, and as Raff alluded to, I'm just a student. I watch and I observe.
Yes.
IQ is a thing for me. Court IQ is a thing for me that frustrates the heck out of me if I see it happening in front of my eyes. Let me give you one example. Okay. The way I mentioned it, I said, it looks to me that it's a sad time because when you look at the school system today, it's you give them material, you tell them what the assignment is. We don't even take homework home. I wish I was living in this day. It creates non-free thinking mentality.
Yeah.
It creates, here's a system, here's what you do, this is what you do, go do it.
Yeah.
So you miss out and on the IQ part of it. Like, for example, you set a screen, you create a mismatch, everything stops. It's done. The play's over.
They had it time and time again.
Okay.
They had
you see that?
They had Harper on Morgan time and time again.
And it's over. You go right there. Okay, so you feel me? You feel what I'm saying?
Yes.
All right, so there was a defensive, and you talked about the threes. Here's a defensive situation that happened that blew my mind. Their defensive philosophy is very much like ours.
Yeah.
Force baseline when I played. Yep. Force baseline, no middle. Okay? So Juwan Gary was covering, I can't remember who he was covering, but he had no middle drive, sideline, high on the wing. Aaron Eulis is guarding somebody.
Mm-hmm.
They come over, not really to just close the spacing. He drives baseline and causes a weak side ability to be shot, not because he wasn't doing what his job was, but because he didn't have IQ to understand that I need to shift.
Mm-hmm.
Slight baseline, now no drive baseline because Aaron Eulis is right there next to me with this other defender. There's nowhere for him to go.
Exactly.
The only place he has to go is baseline. So it's like that's an IQ thing. Like the minute you see that person come over there should be a shift.
Yeah.
Immediately. And the same thing happened. Ace Bailey has a high drive. You did your job.
Yep.
You forced him into a tough shot, and you freaking go into his arm to bail him out. That was going to be a tough shot. If he makes that shot, good for you.
Then that's where you tip your cap and say, you know what? Okay, you know what? You're a top five. You're a top 10 NBA pick. We get it. And I was saying this going forward, Stricky. There's a lot of questions that predated last night's game. Like I don't want to act like we're blowing things out of proportion or being so dramatic with this, because these were concerns that I probably had before last night's game of like looking ahead to next season.
Yeah.
And what Nebraska's going to need to either replace or do differently.
Yeah.
And there's tiers to guys. I was telling some buddies, and I was talking to Austin last night about this as well. Like there's tiers to dudes. And it was on full display last night, guys. Where it's like you have the Connor Esesians, you have the Bearcase, you have the Raleighs, you have those guys that are good role players. Then you have a Bryce, and then you get guys like Ace Bailey and Dylan Harper. There are different levels.
Yep.
Nebraska needs to figure out consistently, and consistently being the key, how to provide positive results time and time again with those second and three tier guys. So that way they can eventually get the tier one guys. Because next year, I'm looking at this roster saying you're going to need to replace Raleigh. You'll need to replace Braxton Mia. You'll need to replace Bryce Williams, Eulis, and Juwan Gary.
Yeah.
Those are just 5 names.
Yeah. I'm high on Janowski, though.
I love Nick Janowski.
I'm high on him.
However, who's going to handle the rock?
Yeah.
Who's going to be a presence down low? You can say Ringmask comes back, but in this day and age of college athletics, is it a given?
Yeah.
Like we have to bring that thought into this ether as well, into they need to find a legit post presence. Braxton Mia is 7 feet tall and doesn't jump. Braxton Mia is 7 feet tall and doesn't move. And like he had a nice day yesterday for Braxton Mia, but in comparison to the rest of the country, that's not the type of game you want out of 7-footer.
Facts. Last thing for me.
Yeah.
The issue is you fell to a lower tier team. Now you're looking at UCLA's at the bottom tier. You lost to them. You're looking at Rutgers, lower tier. You lost to them.
Yeah.
You've now got to face coming up Wisconsin, Illinois, Maryland. You lost to Iowa. You gave them a chance to raise above you.
Yeah.
This is and USC.
USC,
who's
Oregon
playing
on the
well
road.
right now on the road.
Oregon on the road, USC at home.
That's what you have facing with a roller coaster ride of not knowing what team's going to show up in a given opportunity.
Let's be honest. This is going to hurt. Right before we get to our Raff's good take here, if Nebraska hits their free throws, and I guess I hate to say just free throws, but that's such a big part. Hits their free throws and then just plays a little bit more disciplined basketball. They're 14-3. They're 14-3 and probably ranked. And that's with a loss against Purdue. And you're feeling completely different about the outlook of this season.
Yep.
I think they're in such a mentally fragile state right now that you go into Maryland on Sunday after Maryland loses on the road at Northwestern last night.
Right.
And it's shaping up to be a bad Sunday. It's shaping up to be
early
a bad
game
Sunday.
too.
Yeah. But once again, here's your opportunity to prove everybody wrong.
Yep.
Here's your opportunity to prove everybody wrong. Raff, what you got for us today, my friend?
All right, everybody. Today's Raff's good take. It's another birthday. Laney Duval turns 18 years old today. They are headed down to New Orleans this weekend for a cheerleading competition. She'll be cheering in college next year. She's a senior. Just wanted to wish Laney, I call her Laney Boggs, a very happy 18th birthday and bring home I believe they get a cheer jacket and a ring and all that if they win this weekend down in New Orleans. So happy birthday, Laney Boggs. You are Raff's good take.
Well, there you have it.
Thanks for letting me hang out with y'all for a little bit, man.
We appreciate you, my friend.
Yeah,
we appreciate you. Make sure you tune in every day, 2 to 4 p.m. on the block. Stricken Austin, good stuff there. They'll have a lot of thoughts after the Husker basketball game. Want to thank our friends from the Body Lab. Visit them online, the Body Lab LNK. AD is back on Monday from Cancun. He flies back Sunday, so hopefully there's no hiccups through traveling. And he is back on Monday from the Mexico country. But that is it for us. We're out of here. The captain is coming up in just a few minutes. We'll have so much to talk about on Monday. NFL playoffs. Husker wrestling tonight against number 1 Penn State at the Bob Devaney Sports Center. So good luck to Coach Mark Manning and the squad there. National championship on Monday. Monday's going to be a fun, loaded show. Raff, enjoy Kearney this weekend, my friend.
I shall. Be nice to each other, everyone. We'll talk to you on Monday.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
Have you heard about Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center? Located at 7555 Pioneers Boulevard, Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center offers compassionate, patient-focused care and provides outpatient surgery services, making it possible to have non-emergency surgery and return home the same day. Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center specializes in cardiology, vascular radiology, orthopedics, pain management,